And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma, and we have a great guest here, Valerie Hoperich from Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris, but we're going to be talking Haida Gwaii Safaris in one beautiful place in British Columbia, so you stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
The best just got better. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 20A and 25A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship two-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. The Shimano's Talica success is driven by its durability and spec attributes, allowing the series to differentiate from other lever drag reels within the market. The Talica is built around a cold-forged machined aluminum one-piece frame. The all-new Talica 20A and 25A now boasts Infinity Drive. Infinity Drive employs two drag washers housed in the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load as much as 40%. There's also a new lower low gear. If your utmost concern is performance without compromise, Talica 20A and 25A are the reels for you. Available now at your local Shimano dealer. Take a closer look at the Ford F-150. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The 2025 Ford F-150, whether it's gas, hybrid, or all-electric, to meet your needs. From California's best-selling truck brand, it's time to see Ford in a new light. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today to see the great selection across the full truck lineup.
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation, offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Man, what a great show today is going to be. There's very few people that are just always so stoked and so happy and so excited to talk about such a great place like having Valerie in here. It's just a great morning. We're going to have a great show.
Yeah, good morning, Valerie.
Good morning, everyone.
And the best thing is, Rick, compared to looking at us on YouTube or Facebook Live, it's so much nicer looking at Valerie, for sure.
Not going to lie about that, buddy.
Definitely. So, okay, the big news is the big new name change, right?
It's official. Teased it last time,
but we are officially Haida Gwaii Safaris, and it's very suiting for where we are because it is Haida Gwaii Islands. And there's a new blog on our website that I and Quiwa, who also did our logo, this is a true Haida Gwaii Chinook salmon. Cool. No fake art here. This is true.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal. And so she's an island girl, born, raised, and she's also guided for me. And she's an artist, and she can sing. She's amazing, beautiful. And so she's been, she and I wrote the blog. And it's on our website. And
which is now.
We still are using the Queen Charlotte Safari URL. It takes time.
QCsafaris.com.
Yes, QCsafaris.com.
And you can keep that,
Yeah.
and then add the other one as a double.
Well, we're in that process.
Yeah.
Notice I said process.
Yeah, the process. Because you have to talk Canadian, eh?
Yeah, you got it. And so the story's there.
So the thing is that what that logo reminds me of is going to that amazing museum on the
Heritage Center.
The Heritage Center right across
Beautiful.
the way. And all the different native art that they have there, it's so amazing.
A must do.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people say, you would think that this Heritage Center, they're thinking, this small little whatever, and they get in there and like, wow. I mean, so much history, but the culture, totems, you see carvings of the canoes, and it's beautiful. And I remember the first time I saw it, it was in May of 2000. That was my first time up there. I landed in Haida Gwaii.
Wow. Well, wait,
and they had one.
Yeah.
And they had one totem, and I have a picture of my kids with that later in that summer. And it's just they developed it, and it's so beautiful, and it's just rich
it's
culture.
If you
and
have time in between fishing.
Yes, if you have time.
Challenging.
No, you got to stay.
Yeah.
You got to stay an extra day. I'm getting.
But hey, we have Rob on the line. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Rob.
Hey, how you doing, guys? How's it going?
Great,
Rob, good morning.
Great. Good to hear you. And
you might ask him what he's doing this morning.
What are you doing, Rob?
I'm on my way up to Haida Gwaii, actually.
He's packing.
On the plane in about 45 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. And what are you going to do when you're in Haida Gwaii?
I'll start getting all the lodge ready, get the boats ready, get everything all set up for you guys coming up.
You're going to go test the fishing?
I'll probably get out there for a fish too. Yeah, we'll probably have to do that.
That's cool.
He has a honey-do list.
Yeah, of course. Rob's one of your extraordinary guides there, and kind of your one of your main guys.
Main guys
getting things together.
Yes.
Yeah, and Rob, I got to tell you, I don't know whether Valerie wants to say this or not, but we had dinner last night together, and we were talking about the lodge and her amazing staff, and she's like, I just feel like everything's taken care of by Rob and the people, so I don't need to rush up there and get things done because they take care of things. So that's got to make you feel good, right, Rob?
Oh, that sure definitely does.
And he also has a touch with flowers. Sorry, I had to share that.
Oh,
He's got a green thumb.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Things this time of the year grow fast, right?
Yeah. No, it's a nice time to be up there. A lot of hummingbirds are coming through.
Oh, no kidding.
Whales. There were whales in front of the lodge 2 days ago.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neat.
Fantastic. So what do you think about the fishing this year, Rob?
Oh, I think it's going to be a good year. I mean, Chinook have just been getting better the last few years, so fingers crossed, everything works out fine, and we'll have some nice fish for the deck.
Well, I know when I couldn't make it last year that it was a record salmon year. I know
of course
Harold, who's been promising me some of that salmon for a whole year. It's like, oh yeah, I got you extra salmon, no problem. They came boxes and boxes of kings and big ones, right, Rob?
Yeah, no, they were nice fish last year, that's for sure. Definitely a larger size of a fish. I guess they were eating well while they're in the estuaries and when they're out feeding on their little feeder fish. So they were definitely a nicer size of fish last year.
Rob, I know you've talked in the past about how one of the unique things about fishing in Haida Gwaii there is that you get constant influx of fish, day after day after day. It's new fish moving in, and there's so much feed. When you see bigger fish like you saw last year, is it common to have that size all year long, or do the constant flow of fish bring changes in size, or when we typically see big ones like you did last year, is it common to have them all year long?
Well, I think when the fish are like growing up, right, they definitely had a better food source. So, it was like consistent all year. Yeah, the fish were bigger. Mm-hmm. So I think it really has to do with what they eat while they're growing up. And, I think, the herring spawn was good this year too. So fingers crossed, it'll be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Herring spawn, very important.
Yeah. Oh, and you think it's going to be a similar type of, it's just the abundance right now is very good, huh?
Yeah, and the closure of the fish farms too, that was a good one that really helped a lot, I think. Just made the fish more healthy as they go past them, and things are getting better.
Explain that.
Yeah, what's that? I'm not sure.
So the fish farms, they are full of pests and whatnot, and the lice that attack the small fish fry as they go past. The lice come off of the pens and attack the little fish and make them sick, and a lot of them die. And so that's why I think we're seeing a return to our stocks getting a bit better. I mean, the ones in the Discovery Islands and the Broughton Archipelago were closed. So yeah, fingers crossed on that. Everything seems to get better and better.
Oh, good news.
Yeah, that's great.
Good news. I mean, as if the salmon fishing could get any better. I mean, it's just like crazy good. It's crazy good. And did that affect the lingcod fishing at all?
No, not really. No real effect on that. I mean, lingcod fishing up there is just incredible. So
off the charts.
Nothing to really worry about there.
Yeah. What about the yellow eye? There was a rumor going around with Canada about allowing some limited take on yellow eye.
Yeah, no news yet, but fingers crossed on that one. Let's hope for it.
Yeah.
So for an Area 2 opening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. It still could happen, is what you're saying.
It still could happen. Yeah, we'll know the midnight before it happens.
Exactly right.
While on the subject of all the good fish and all the good fishing, that's one thing that's so cool about getting to go up to Haida Gwaii safaris is how liberal the limits are. The amount of fish that you can bring back, to similar areas. What you can take there is very generous to the fishermen.
Yes.
And quality.
Yes, the quality too.
The quality.
Yeah,
the quality. I mean, where we take your catch, bleed it right away, get it on ice, and it's like top notch. Yeah, you can't complain.
And the processing, amazing.
The new processor is working out well, right?
Well, he's not new.
Well, he's not new.
We went back.
I mean, old.
No, he's been on island since 2005.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this goes clear back to the Codfather days. That's kind of a long story, but yes, we did not have a fish processing until I want to say 2003.
Yeah.
And then Jack, the Codfather, sold it to Albion, and Tom, who owns T&M, bought it during COVID. They were going to shut it down.
Yeah.
He and his wife stepped in, Tom and Michelle. So now it went from Albion Fisheries to T&M, and awesome. They're awesome.
Now wait a minute. There's only one Codfather.
That's a Codfather.
That's Ricky's dad. And so this
well,
guy
we had a Codfather.
So on with the story about Haida Gwaii.
Yes.
Why the name change?
It's great.
How do we sum that up really quick, Rob? I'll just do super quick because it's a long story, and I put it short on the website too as well. But back in the 1700s, you have Europeans that came in and they're like, wow, and they put their flag down, moving forward, trading, things like that. And next thing you know, they named it Queen Charlotte after a boat and after a queen. And the queen never stepped foot on the islands. And these islands, the First Nations people, the Haida, they've been there 10,000 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So they were able to get the name. It actually happened clear back in 2010, back to Haida Gwaii. And so, I've been up there, 2000. Mm-hmm. And as an owner, this is our 20th year, yay. And Rob was a big part of it too, working with some certain people on the island, and it's the reverent thing to do. Queen Charlotte has nothing to do with Queen Charlotte Island.
Well, it probably dates back to the Captain Cook days of 1700s.
1700s,
right?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of technical stuff. I'm just keeping it light.
Yeah.
And I think that it suits it. It's Haida Gwaii.
Yeah.
It's not Queen Charlotte Islands. And a lot of the towns are getting renamed to their proper names. Mm-hmm. And
it's a respect thing.
It's a respect, but it's a culture thing, and I think Haida Gwaii is just it's in people.
Name.
It is a great name,
yeah.
and it's in people's
so
hearts. And we've always used Haida Gwaii.
How are people taking it?
They love it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, no, it's definitely received well. It's warm and it just feels right. It feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You just have to watch the spelling.
You got to watch the spelling and how you say it. Yes, but no, I'm just very. It's dear to my heart, and the people.
That's awesome.
And the culture is just.
Are there
wonderful.
A lot of Haidas still around?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, what do you call a lot? Like our islands might have 4,500 people.
Okay.
But we have two.
The population of that 4,500 people, how many are Haidas?
I couldn't answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any idea, Rob?
I would say half.
1,500 maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
1,500.
So quite a few.
Maybe
yeah.
half.
2,000.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think real close to there.
Celebrating the culture and everything like that.
Oh, the culture's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the art's beautiful.
Very gentle people, the ones I've met.
But they were warriors back in the day.
Were they? Yeah. Well, they had to be, right, to defend their territory.
They were warriors back in the day.
Right.
So, yes. And the other thing I love about the culture is they're bringing back the language. It's a hard dialect. It's very hard. And the elders, they're trying to bring the language back because a lot of this was lost. And that's coming back. And the mothers, they are very well respected in the Haida culture, which I think is awesome.
I love it.
So Rob, you get to be there in like less than a couple hours here coming up here. What's it like when you get there? Is it just kind of a sigh of relief? It's just like your blood pressure goes down and you're just like, man, it's
Exactly.
so peaceful.
He's right. I feel the same way too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's calming, that's for sure. It's kind of nice, everything just, put my stuff away and then just sit back and look at the water for a bit and, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get her started.
Now, do you have people there? Somebody like a caretaker in the off season when you're not there, getting everything ready for all your guests to arrive.
Yep. Her name's Donna, and she's amazing. And for those that've been coming up for years, can see all the changes. And she did a lot of painting, and she built a bar out on the deck. And
Wow.
bar stools out there,
That's
so
cool.
like a little flat bar, so
Cool.
people can look over the water. And
Such a beautiful view.
It's such a pretty view.
Yeah.
And
Watch the eagles and
I
the
heard
whales go
Nathan
by.
was mowing the lawn and trimming. He calls it whippersnapping, or what? I forget what he calls it. Something not weed whacking and like whippersnapping. Does that sound right, Rob? I think so.
Something.
Whippersnipping, yeah.
Well, yeah, whippersnipping. And it takes a team and a village to get everything open.
But
It really does.
But you only carry 24 people, right?
We could do 32, but that's way
That's
too
another
much.
story. Yeah. Yeah. But like when we do a group, it's 24 people.
24 guests.
And it's just such a perfect group. And that's
Good
the thing
number.
is it's a very exclusive opportunity to go to
Yes.
to go to Haida Gwaii
Yes.
safaris.
And when I tell people where I'm at, they're like, oh, that's on my bucket list. And a lot of Canadians have never been there.
Yeah.
Like in their own country. It's very, I think National Geographic made a trip up, I believe it was in 2015, and the story they wrote about it, I think it really opened up the world
That's cool.
to Haida Gwaii.
So describe a typical day of fishing, Rob.
Oh, I get to the boat about 6:15.
And now it's a long drive from the lodge, right?
Yeah. Got that big
Yeah,
commute
no,
to get all the way to the
couple
boats.
yeah, you're literally right there. Then
right
take
across the
off
street.
before 6:30. Head out through the channel. Get there about 50 minutes, and a nice calm ride, and then get the line in the water and get at it.
Yeah, and the ride, you're kind of skimming over. The ride is something special because you're going through the straits and you're seeing bears and eagles and otters and what else? Deer.
Heads on a swivel, seeing all the
And
cool
so
wildlife.
beautiful scenery, green.
Yeah.
We
What
could
else?
probably just do tours.
Yeah, it's a real.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tours through the channel.
Yeah. And so, what's the first thing? First thing on the agenda? What lines are in the water first?
Hey, we salmon fishing, we rock fishing.
Yeah,
How does the day start?
Yeah, it depends on what the weather says for the day. Like if we have an opportunity to go out and ground fish, we might be going to do that. But usually we'll just take a little quick pass past the wall and see if there's any nice salmon there, see if it's really hot, and if it's not, then we'll just carry on and do some rock fishing or some lingcod fishing or halibut fishing, and then usually end up back there at the end of the day, come back and do some salmon fishing at the end of the day.
What's your typical depth for your lingcod and halibut?
Everybody's a little bit different, but I like to stay around 100 and 110, 150 feet, somewhere in there, trying to stay away from those yellow eye.
Wow.
And then halibut quite a bit deeper, anywhere from 150 to 350.
Whoa.
And
And we don't anchor.
Yeah.
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 Don't have to.
Don't anchor for a lot of people. No anchoring.
It's pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, for those that are used to fishing in Alaska,
Just to say, in
that's
similar
like shallow
locations,
water.
shall we say, we rarely, rarely see less than 500.
Yeah.
that keeps seem to sneaking deeper and deeper and deeper to find big ones. So hearing that, maybe as deep as 300 sounds pretty good to me, man.
Yeah, it does sound good. So then you get your halibut, your lingcod, your rockfish, and then maybe spend the rest of the day finishing off your salmon or trying to get a big one, right?
Yeah, there we go. That's the key. That's the program, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah. And then what about crabbing? That's another thing that you talk about. It's like on the way out, you might stop and drop some crab pots, right?
Yeah, and then give them a haul the end of the day, see how we do, and then have a crab feast one night.
That's
cool.
That's a highlight.
Tell me about it.
That's a highlight.
Does Corey Sandin still hold the record for eating crab?
Eating the most crab? I don't know. We've got an Arizonan that
could give a run for his money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought I was a champ, but I got deep thrown by Corey like big time. Yeah, that crab feast is something else.
I know. I get a little nervous. You might have to get the EpiPen out. I don't know.
Have it on standby with his syrup here.
Wow.
Now, new chef this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Chef
pretty
Nathan,
exciting.
not Guide Nathan. He didn't quit guiding.
No.
He's still guiding.
And we're going to hear
Nathan.
Nathan's going to join us the second hour of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Chef Nathan is from originally East Coast Canada. Took a job in BC, and he's like, I'm not going back. He loves BC.
Wow. Yeah.
And he's worked remote. Actually, Rob helped me. When you put an ad on Indeed, it's a lot of applicants to go through, and he helped me weed it down. And I think he's going to be amazing.
Yeah. What do you think, Rob? You excited about him?
Some new energy.
Yeah, I think he's new energy, kind of calm, relaxed, and he seems like he's going to be really good. Sounds like everything's going to be coming out fresh. That's for sure.
Exciting.
Yeah, fresh, and he's like really into. They're in BC, and we're on the water. We're on the West Coast, so he really wants to emphasize that West Coast cuisine and seafood especially. But we always have non-seafood because not everyone enjoys seafood, right? Or sometimes allergies. They can't have shellfish or crab or whatever.
Plenty of beef, chicken, and pork.
Oh,
and
yeah, we have
stuff.
all the other stuff, too. Yes,
He's got to just be so excited, though, to be in an area that's got such amazing seafood to get to work with.
He's very excited. When I told him because we get our seafood at T&M, just across the way, and he's like, oh, phew. Because bringing it up from Vancouver is not the same.
Yeah.
It's not
so
the
how
same.
far is Haida Gwaii from Vancouver?
I think it's about 500 air miles.
So it's about an hour and 20-minute flight?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Now,
gate to gate.
When you book a trip to Haida Gwaii Safaris, is that flight included?
Yes.
All you have to do is just get to Vancouver.
Yes.
Which is super easy because there's
everywhere.
multiple people that fly into Vancouver.
It's easy all over the world. It's a world destination.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And sometimes you could spend the night if you want, but a lot of times you can go straight through.
You can go straight through.
Where you go.
We can go straight through. I can get more into that, but since we have Rob only till 8:00.
Right. We got to talk about fishing.
Talk about fishing.
Yeah, well, as you can hear, we've got a lot to talk about.
And then I will talk about airfare at some point.
Okay, sounds good. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today, right, Rick?
Yeah, it's just so fun to have Valerie, and this is like the kickoff to the big season, and to get to have Rob and later Nathan. It's just going to be a great show and so much fun information. If you want to join us, we would love to hear from you this morning. Give us a call at 833-288-0973. One more time, 833-288-0973 is how you reach on the phone. Phones are already getting packed up, but we do still have a line open. Again, 833-288-0973. Or send us a text. Already a lot of really good texts coming through this morning. And if you want to send a text in, the only way to do that is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. We talk about it every week. The Let's Talk Hookup app is a free download. It's easy to find. It's the easiest way to catch all the archive shows. If you missed yesterday's show with Jim Hendricks, we had a lot of great fun talking about the big CCA dinner coming up on Thursday and all the great stuff going on, and you can catch that archive or any of the previous shows. I was enjoying the show you guys did when I was gone with Joey and Dwayne the last weekend. I was listening on my drive in this morning, and that Let's Talk Hookup app allows you to do that. You can catch all the past shows, and it's the only way that you can text in your questions to Valerie. When you do send a text in to Valerie, make sure you include your contact info. Just a name and a phone number is all we need on that text message in case you're winning that big prize today. And how the prize works is at the end of the show, we're going to have Valerie flip a coin, and that's going to designate whether the winner comes from the caller or the texter side. And what a cool prize we have to give away today. One lucky caller or texter is going to win a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. This is the Fantail Pro.
I'm going to pull them out here.
Yep, with
Check them out
with
here.
a green mirror lens.
Yeah.
This is maybe our most popular pair that we sell at the tackle store. It's a very common fisherman frame. There's like some very good angled wrap to the glass where it like kind of covers all the covers the side coming in, but they're not extreme. They're just a great pair of shades, and they fit a variety of face shapes. And that green mirror lens is so popular.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm telling you, that's what we're giving away today. And that green mirror lens,
I love that.
For me, number one.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah,
those really are nice.
It's a really cool pair of shades, and one lucky caller is or texter is gonna get their opportunity at that. Again, if you want to give us a call, it's 833-288-0973, or send us those texts. When we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, reading those texts, having a lot of fun with Valerie and Rob. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, 97.3 The Fan, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time on the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedro Sport Fishing. We have always been the leader with all-inclusive fishing trips to Cedros Island. We now have 2 lodges to choose from, and both sit on the cliff's edge with relaxing ocean views and gorgeous morning sunrises. With direct flights departing to the CBX in San Diego, we are committed to providing first-class service to our guests and an unforgettable fishing experience. Come check out the yellowtail and calico bass capital in the world. Nobody does it better than Cedro Sport Fishing. Call me at 619-772-7570 or check us out at CedroSportFishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Quintin, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day and full-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking Haida Gwaii safaris, and man, just that little start got me really fired up, and hearing about Rob and the fishing season getting started and everything getting rolling. It's going to be a great time. It feels the same way. We had a great time yesterday talking about the how good the bait situation has gotten, all that biting bluefin, and talking to Mike yesterday. You can just feel it when the switch flips, and it really feels like that's what's going on here. Yeah.
And I would imagine we'll maybe hear from some of the guys on the water, too.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
The switch was pretty flipped yesterday. Yeah. Well, phones are packed. Let's jump into the phones.
You got it, man. How about we started off this morning with Tom, and Tom's calling us from Temecula. Tom, thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, it's good to talk to you guys. Valerie, we were up last year with the Let's Talk Hookup trip with Harold Davis.
Yes.
And we had an amazing time. My wife, Debbie, did not fish, but Valerie, you took her around and gave her all the care that I couldn't imagine. And brought home a couple boxes of fish. We're still eating that. Matter of fact, had some this week. And that is wonderful stuff. Just, and the guys from Let's Talk Hookup on the trip were all great, too. Got to meet some guys that I hadn't met prior. And so anyway, thanks a lot. It was a great time.
Thank you. And
when are you coming back?
You know what, Pete? I was talking to my wife last night, and she said, are you ever planning to go back up there again? And I said, yeah. She says, I said, well, I might want to find a guy to go with me. She said, how about me?
I love it.
That's rad.
Well, tell her hello, and it was my pleasure, and that was such a fun group. And I just matched him up with some other guys. Were you up with Evan, if I remember right? Was Evan on your boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Evan's a great guy.
Yeah, Evan's a great guy. Yeah. So I know what group you were on. Yes.
I must say that of the many lodges we've been to, Queen Charlotte Safaris, Haida Gwaii Safaris is probably one of the most couple-friendly places I've ever been to.
We get that question a lot, both at the shows. I get it in the shop, obviously get it in the show, and we get people asking when they call in Let's Talk Hookup. I think it's probably the number one place that you see couples go to. It's a thing where, somebody might think it's a big rough and tumble trip going up to going up salmon fishing, but it's not the case at all. You heard from Tom, and it's something we hear time and time again, how comfortable you make it. There's a lady's touch, and, Tom's story we hear all the time. We read about in all the text messages. What a great couple-friendly place it is to go.
It is, but we do it all, families, corporate.
Yeah.
And we do take single anglers. In fact, I have 2 dates. Anybody that wants to come fishing, reach out to me, because I have 2 dates where we've had 2 gentlemen health issues and can't come.
And when's that?
June 16 to 20. Ooh, and I need I forget the other date. You would think I have it memorized.
But
okay. 16 to 20. Right? Oh, I'm sorry. July 7 to 11.
Okay.
7 to 11, or not July, August 7 to 11.
Oh, August, right after our trip.
Right after your trip.
Yeah.
I have
other than that, you're pretty full.
Pretty full. I've got some dates available.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. So, Rob, one of the things that makes it so comfortable for couples are those boats that you run, right?
Yeah, they're great. They're nice boats. Definitely, closed cabins, toilet head in there, heaters, everything just to make a comfy day. Nice big lunch.
Yeah. And they're jet drive because why?
Well, the Skidegate Narrows at times presents a negative tide, so to keep the house on schedule, to stay everybody leaving at the same time every day, basically pretty close, within a half an hour, anyways. We run the jet boat so that we can sneak through there, and under 18 inches of water kind of thing is where we kind of try to stay. Wow. But a lot of times, it's less than a foot, so we get through there when other boats can't, and sometimes we'll be out there for 4 or 5 hours without a single boat out there except for us, so it's kind of nice.
What must that be like, piloting a good sized boat with a crew of guys and gals and getting ready to go fishing for the day in what can be less than a foot of water?
It's insane.
And basically between a little narrow too.
Yeah, sit down, shut up, and hold on. And,
that's a good answer.
That's He's cool. Kidding. It's all safe.
It's all safe. Yeah. But when your first ride through the Narrows, it's like when the tide is low, it's like a river going through there, and you can almost touch the sides of the rocks. It's
wild.
It's a tight squeeze. It's not. Rob's like, it's no big deal, but you got to know what you're doing, right?
Yes.
Coming from always fishing in the oceans and things where you have unlimited depth below you. The first time I was ever in a jet driven boat and gone through water like that, it's just your mind just doesn't compute. Like, well, no, we can't go through that. That's a puddle. And those jet drives are amazing. They'll just rip right up it like.
And
nothing.
these are big boats too. They're 27.
We have 25 to 30 feet.
25 to 30 feet. Yeah.
Think about that in 6 inches of water.
Yeah, super comfortable.
That's so cool.
But that, like Rob says, it allows. We were talking about this last night.
That's huge.
We love schedules. I mean, if you're supposed to go fishing at 6:30, you want to go fishing at 6:30. You don't want to say, well, geez, we can't go until 10 because the tide's out. But other places, they'd have to wait. Whereas Queen Charlotte, Haida Gwaii Safaris, you can go when you're ready.
And I prefer like a foot and a half, and I'm sure the guides do too.
I'm sure,
especially if you're chasing the tide versus the tide coming in.
Oh, yeah, deep water, 18 inches, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because how big are the tides, Rob?
You can get up to 22 feet.
Oh my God!
So when you're coming back at the high tide, it's like a different place.
I'll bet.
I mean, it's nice and
doesn't even look
wide
the same.
and deep, and you see big ships
it's
going
actually
by.
a little bit scarier coming back in the high tide.
Why is that?
Just because there's less sort of visual reference.
Yeah,
to
less
where you're
markers.
actually going.
Sure.
Yes, markers.
Yeah.
Yep. There's rocks. And,
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
Got to be careful.
Rob, we were kind of talking during the break a little bit, talking about the salmon fishing and the varieties of ways that you guys catch them and the different baits that you use. And, there's a lot of different ways that you guys go about it. When salmon fishing is on, what is your most preferred way in terms of, one, of production, and two, just your favorite way to catch those things with all the varieties that you guys have up there?
Definitely down rigging with the spoon is my go-to choice for sure, with our custom lodge-made spoon.
Oh, you have a custom lodge spoon, a secret weapon.
Yeah, secret weapon, that's for sure.
I love it.
And you use herring sometimes too?
Yeah, you can use herring, definitely, or herring or anchovies for sure. Yeah, put those on a teaser head and send them down there.
Do you ever mooch?
No mooching, no live bait, no mooching.
Yeah, okay.
I always see Pete's always so deadly with the with the drop back of a Colt Sniper or a little mini flat fall when you're down rigging. That's always the thing that Pete seems to have. Pete has such a knack for that drop back. As soon as there's a bite on the downrigger, he's like so silent about it too. Like no words are spoken. You just look over and all of a sudden that flat fall is sinking down, and Pete's got a second one. And I've always really liked watching that.
It works. Hey, thanks a lot for the call, Tom. You have a great text.
Thank you, Tom, Debbie.
So this was a good morning, Valerie. My question is, if you could give us a breakdown of the itinerary of a start to finish of a typical trip. My wife and friends are signed up for a trip in August. We signed up at the PCS show. We're going August 26th. We're super excited and wondering if you could give us a little rundown of what to expect.
Okay, a typical day is breakfast starts at 5 a.m., so breakfast service 5 to 6. I like
breakfast the way you want it.
Oh, yes. So we have continental breakfast, made to order. Chef Nathan's going to mix some things up a little bit different than we've done in the past, but also still the same. It's going to be delicious. We have a big variety. We have the heavy eater that they want their bacon, eggs, toast, hash browns, and then you have people that just want a muffin or a bagel or yogurt or whatever. But anyway, breakfast from 5 to 6. And then I like everyone ready by 6:15. That means rainwear on, boots on, your backpack, everything.
And then, now all that's included. You don't need to bring that.
Yeah, we have Helly Hansen rainwear. Don't bring boots and rainwear unless you absolutely have to. It's all provided. It's nice. It's very nice. It's
Good
all
stuff.
clean for you, ready to go. And it's actually, we even go over and beyond and have it all hung up with your name. You go into the mud room. Oh, there's Pete. Oh, there's your stuff.
Yeah.
Try it on. So we do that the day before, so you're all ready to go the next morning. And then the first day I like to do the shuttling, and I do it by boat, and I like to take 2 boats at a time, and so that's 8 people usually, and take you down, meet your captain, get on board, and then they'll do a safety test, go through all the safety protocol, and then I'll go back and get the other guests. Anyway, everyone's out by 6:30, and then custom lunches are on the boat, flats of water on the boat, coffee, refreshments, everything. And everything you need to eat is on the boat. And then coming back, it could be, you're usually back between 4 and 5. I like my guides not to be more than 12 hours because that's a long day, because they're down on the water way before you get on your boat. And then they have to take care of the boat when you come back in. So they're long days. These guys work hard. and ladies. We have Erica. We have one of our women guides. And so that is a typical fishing day. You come back in, there's fresh soup and bread and cocktails if you'd like, refreshments. And then everyone, some people shower, some people just go out and sit on the deck and might have a drink and cigar. Actually, cigars usually go a little later in the night. It's non-smoking inside the lodge, but we have areas out on the deck. And then, and then dinner service 6:30, 6:45, and we do a salad, main entree, and then dessert. And then some nights we have birthdays, special occasions. I mean, like we don't miss a beat. We have it all going.
And BC wines are included with dinner?
And your BC wine is included with your dinner. And then we have a full bar, spirits, beer. And we like to feature a lot of the Okanagan Valley wines and beers and Granville Island, whatever, like depends what we can order because we are on the island. And it's just really, dinner time is a lot of like talking and sharing memories. And I love seeing the people to come together, like from boat to boat. And it's just awesome.
I love hearing that.
Love it. You
can just so hear the passion in your voice, Valerie, when you talk about it. It's cool. You can tell that providing that memory for everybody, it really means a lot to you.
That's what it's all about.
Comes out. That's awesome. Hey, when we come back, we got a whole lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More with Valerie, more with Robin, more talking about Haida, Gwaii, and all this great fishing. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check Gamakatsu.com.
Seasoned long-range fishermen know that the Red Rooster 3 is the finest fishing vessels in terms of technology, design, speed, comfort, and safety. This 105-foot sport fishing yacht meets every demand for comfort while delivering an unforgettable fishing vacation. Captain Andy Cates and crew are experienced, friendly, and sincere in their desire to help you have the trip of a lifetime. Book a trip on the Red Rooster 3 and you'll be back. Trips go fast. So check redrooster3.com or call Lee Palm Sport Fisheries at 619-224-3857. A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
You know, whether you're going fishing, diving, or just having fun on the water, there's nothing more worth doing than messing around in boats. So let me ask you, are you ready to upgrade your ride? Boat and Motor Mart of Oakland is your exclusive Western U.S. dealer for Steiger Craft. Created for inshore and offshore waters and laid out with the serious fisherman in mind, Steiger Craft has built a solid reputation for performance and excellent rough water handling. If adventure on the water is what you live for, now's the time to invest in your passion. Call Boat and Motor Mart of Oakland at 510-437-1444. To look at the whole fleet of Steiger Craft online, go to steigercraft.com. Now's the time for a rugged, reliable, and fast Steiger Craft from Boat and Motor Mart of Oakland.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking fishing and fun. And man, the phone lines are just packed up. The texts are coming through. It's just been a great morning and ready to continue to keep going. Yeah,
let's go ahead and jump back in the phones.
You got it, man. How about we talk to Gus? And Gus is calling us from Burbank this morning. Hey, Gus, welcome to the show.
Well, let's talk hookup.
Let's talk about it, Gus. Good morning.
Hey, I just wanted to call in to say one thing, and that is last night I made the best fish and chips that you ever tasted in your life. And I made it with lingcod caught by me and others at at Haida Gwaii Resort.
That's cool.
It was really excellent. I slammed it. Everything came together, and my wife made a tartar sauce and some coleslaw, and it was it was better than any restaurant you've ever eaten at.
Gus, I love hearing that. That's so cool. Good for you. And that's such a big part, I mean, it's the total package. It's the experience, and it's the scenery, and it's the wildlife. But certainly, let's not forget about the harvest that you get to bring back, and the way that you guys have everything processed, just like Gus is doing. I mean, you get to enjoy that for the year and beyond. It's really special.
Well, and that's why the fish processing is so important, because the fish itself is pristine.
Yeah.
And so the guides are so mindful about how they take care of your fish from the time it comes into the boat to dropped off to the processor, and then the processor getting it all done. And we want that fish to taste as amazing as when you brought it into the boat, as when you take it out of the freezer and make fish tacos with lean cod like Gus did. And hi, Gus, by the way, good morning. And he makes amazing smoked salmon.
Yes.
Oh, Gus is your smoked salmon.
Yeah.
A little salmon and champagne.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Hey, Gus, great to hear from you. And
yes, Gus.
Looking forward to having you back up at Haida Gwaii. When are you coming back?
Well, I can't make it this year.
Well, you can't make it this year because it's sold out. You missed out, right? So you better make it next year, because Valerie says there's already 3 boats booked, right, for our dates.
Yes.
So you better get on it. And what are the dates next year?
August. So I believe we're going to do Corey before. I'll verify with Corey. But so that would be July 31 to August 4. And then your groups come in, and you and Harold will come in on the 4th and leave on the 8th of August.
Right. Like a day later.
Yes, because we want to avoid the holiday.
The holiday.
The holiday at the airport.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yes.
There's a Canadian holiday.
Yes,
that falls
the first Monday in October.
What is that holiday? Canada Day.
No, Canada Day is actually in July. It's a civic Canadian holiday.
Okay. Canadians are good at holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For sure.
That's kind of a good
Gus,
thing.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. All right, let's find out what's biting.
You got it, buddy. It's time for our catch report. And today, our catch report is sponsored in part by Terrafin Sea Surface Temperature Charts. You got to focus your fishing in the most productive areas, and you do that by using Terrafin. They have sea surface temperature, chlorophyll, currents, and more. And with Terrafin Mobile, you can access your charts on your phone or any mobile device. Check Terrafin.com for more information. We got Captain Brian Woolley at Dana War Sport Fishing is on the line right now. Good morning, Woolley.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Valerie. Good stuff
morning.
here this morning.
Thank you.
Sounds amazing. You
It
brought
is
some of
amazing.
this drizzle with you. But the northwest weather with you.
Yeah.
Speaking of weather, though, it was a nice
hey,
it was a nice week of weather that we had, and anxious to hear, Woolley, was there some good fishing that followed the good weather we had this week?
You know, we did have some decent weather in the middle of the week. We did have some wind a couple days, too, so we did definitely have weather. Some good, some kind of that made things a little tricky. The half-day fishing for our guys was a little bit slower this week. Water temps have been kind of bouncing around a lot, from like 57 to just over 60 and kind of all over the place, so it hasn't been really stable. So with that, you can imagine the bass fishing has been a little tricky. The guys that were getting the bites bass fishing on half-day trips this week, setups near the bottom, reverse dropper loops, heavier sliding egg sinkers, stuff to get their live bait down mid-water or towards the bottom. We've had nice anchovy for bait this week, so that has certainly helped, get the bites with the bass. But with that live bait being down near the bottom, the sheephead really do like that live bait as well. So there's some nice sheephead caught this week, some whitefish, and some rockfish. Those guys made a few rockfish drops as well on the half-day trips this week. So if you're going to come half-day fishing with us, it'd be a good idea to throw maybe an 8 and a 10-ounce sinker into your bag. We can get you tied up with, hooks and whatnot on the boat. That's super easy. But make sure you grab a couple sinkers, because there is that possibility you might fish a little bit of rockfish on the half-day. The three-quarter day for us, still really good catches on this rockfish. The deep zones, again, produced the best. I'm talking like out there on the 14-mile bank, anywhere from like 100 fathom to 150 fathom. We're getting in some deep water out there. But same deal, live baits caught plenty, and the guys fishing the vertical jigs, again, doing really well. Guys had to kind of scale up their jig size this week just because of the condition. We had a little bit of wind, so the boat was moving a little bit faster. So it was like 250 to 350 a couple days on gram jigs for those guys. The pinks, the blues, the reds were the hot colors this week on those jigs. And just a reminder as well, just remember.
What size jig was it, Brian?
Like 250 grams to 350 grams.
Okay.
Jig.
Okay.
Yeah. Good tip.
And 2 hooks. You know, a lot of guys are using, you know, it's basically saying the same stuff these guys are fishing bluefin with, right? But just remember, you're only allowed 2 hooks when you're targeting rockfish. So that could be like a treble hook on the bottom, a cyst hook at the top ring or something like that, but no more than 2 hooks when targeting rockfish. So just keep that in mind. And then the Fury off the dock this weekend, he was over at Clemente. Very good cod fishing over there, like really good cod fishing. Real nice reds, some real big standout reds, Marcus was telling me, and plenty of other stuff to go with that, like the sheephead, the whitefish in the shallows, and they had some bonito action yesterday on the live baits and whatnot to go with that rockfish. So, you know, funky, kind of weird weathery stuff, but still the opportunity, like we're still kind of climbing. We're still getting to where we need to be, and it's just like little incremental improvements, you know, every single day, and it's been decent. So if you want to hop on a trip, give us a call here, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com.
Great info, as you always provide. Willie, appreciate that very much. Glad to hear things are going in the right direction, and let's just hope for continue that, man. Better weather, better fishing. And like I said, if that report that you gave is just the start of things, and I think we got some really good in front of us in the future.
We'll take it.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate it, Willie.
Definitely. All right, thanks for the time, guys. Can't wait to listen to the rest of the show.
Thank you.
We'll have to get you up there to Haida Gwaii.
Yeah, you would love it.
See you, Willie. Appreciate that. Again, that's going to wrap up our Kid Sport. Check out surffishtackle.com for all your surf fishing needs. Hopefully you hear from our surf guru, Gundy Gunderson. But in the meantime, had a great text from John in Rancho San Diego. Says, man, so great to hear from Valerie. I enjoyed hearing Rob. I love all the talk about Haida Gwaii today. Valerie, can you talk a little bit about the food served at your lodge? What I would like to know what your favorite meal is, and also what are the other outings that might be available other than fishing?
Okay, well, we'll start with the food and then we'll go to the outings. I'm a salmon girl. I love salmon, but I will say, I don't know, that lingcod is pretty darn good too.
It's different up there.
It's
the lingcod
so good.
Flavor up there it's different than the lingcod we catch down here.
And I've
it's
heard
the same
that.
fish,
it's
but
the same fish. Yeah,
I don't know whether it's the fat content or what they're eating up there.
I'm
or whatever.
sure. Yeah, it could be that. So I don't really have a favorite. It's all really good, but I tend to lean towards the salmon. It's my favorite, but. Then also, and I like the crab, but I cannot go into a crab coma. So like everybody else, so a little bit of crab goes a long ways. And we do offer all different varieties of, we do prawns, and of course the crab is fresh. It's ocean to table. And we do halibut. We do a halibut night. That's probably a lot of people love halibut. And surf and turf. So the food's wonderful. And then for those, we always have options if you have dietary needs. And that's one thing my team and I do. We pay attention to detail. As far as excursions, we work with the local tour guides. So they're First Nations Haida. And then also in-house, Dawn Ann, my right arm, and she's local as well. She does the land tours, so you can go into and see the totems, into the rainforest. I have done this tour. It's amazing. And sit in the hot springs. So at the end, and they have a changing room, everything. And if you want,
super cool.
I've done it.
While we have
awesome.
him, let's talk to Gundy Gunderson, our surf guru extraordinaire. What's up, Gundy?
Hey, Gundy.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're
great.
Doing great. I finally had a little weather to work with in the surf, and we're hoping that there was some surf fish biting.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Very good fishing. That northern section's just, everything's really going there. The perch spawn is probably 50-50. We're starting to see we're working towards the end of the perch spawn. We had, I think our better fish were 8 to 14 inches, was probably the average up there. So still good quality fish. The halibut began to bite there. The hot ticket was a white swim bait, flat out. And There's lots of bait in the shallows. You got the grunion kind of staging, so graveyards, Galita, a couple shop regulars, some teenagers in there. 5 legal fish out of 8 legal fish fishing a 4-hour session there near Galita. Top halibut this week in the shop, 32-inch fish. Lots of legals from 25 to 29 inches. Short sea bass in at Refugio. Someone had a legal fish 30 inches up there at Refugio. So really good fishing up there. Moving down to Redondo area, there's really been some quality barred perch in that area, and traditionally that is a good area. But the guys here are throwing Lucky Craft, throwing those big 110s, even 130s, and catching perch up to 2.5 pounds. So you're not getting the bites that you normally would get, but you're getting quality fish. And then one of their regulars there, he won't give up where he's fishing, but he had 8 striped bass this week. We talked about this. This is we're kind of transitioning from a bycatch to a fish that you can actually target, and that's what this gentleman has done, found an area that's producing.
Man, I love it, Gundy. Well, certainly a great report, and we sure appreciate that very much. Sorry, we're up against the hour, but appreciate everything you do. A fantastic report, and we'll look forward to hearing another one next week. Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, or your phone calls on 97.3 The Fan.
Hi, it's Ben. I want to tell you about a great event at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's coming up on Saturday, May 10th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We call it the Summer Kickoff Sale. Yeah, I know. It's not summer yet, but my dad, Johnny, Bubba, and everyone at Dana Landing, especially me, wish it was. So we celebrate a bit early with huge discounts on everything in the store. Some stuff is even 50% off. There will be several manufacturers, representatives, some amazing seminars by top anglers, and even my buddy Ron at Fastlane will have free kayak demos and stuff on sale. Rollo Kids will have a booth too, raising money to take kids like me fishing. And get this, there will be free food and drink too. Yum! So mark your calendar, Saturday, May 10th, the summer kickoff sale at Dana Landing, next to the Dana Lawn Trip at Mission Bay. The event is 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., but everything will be on sale up to 50% off all day. But don't take too much of his money. I need stuff too.
Captain Jamie Tennis from Seasoned Sport Fishing here. For the past few seasons, a dart-styled metal jig has come into play in a big way for tuna offshore or even rockfish down deep. AFCO's crossbreed jig has quickly become the go-to for many since it came onto the market. AFCO's crossbreed jig is good to go right out of the package with a 4X treble hook, heavy-duty split rings, West Coast colors, and sizes 60 gram to 120 gram. Pick one up today at your local tackle store or learn more on AFCO.com.
When you're offshore fishing, the right gear makes all the difference, and that includes Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and more importantly, they service all brands right at their San Diego Shelter Island location. Need the best? The Fujinon Staboscope is the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon TechnoStabi TSX 1440 delivers rock-steady vision even in rough waters. Perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they will be there when your binoculars need service. Plus, they'll give you a great price on all their in-stock Fujinon binoculars. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and test a pair of Fujinon binoculars and see which one is right for you. The fishing season is here, and you know you need a pair of stabilized binoculars. So get them from the experts at Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at fine tackle dealers.